Happy day after Valentine's Day, and welcome to another long, probably not very awaited edition of Cooking with Jeffrey Danger. So, today, clearly this is not my apron. I'm just borrowing it from the people I live with. But, that's beside the point. Today, I'm going to try making my first omelet. So I've already got the butter going. I've got a pan for the steak and a pan for the eggs. So, I googled it last night after watching The Crow for the first time. Actually, a good movie. I know. Hate me all you want. It took me long enough. All right. So I've got a small pan going for sirloin. Unfortunately, I didn't think about it until last night. We've got a freezer full of beef. I did not thaw out the cube steak, so I'm going to use sirloin for it. So I've got a larger pan for the eggs. I'm going to do about probably a 3-4 egg omelet. I am starving. I've been chilling in the bathtub all morning long on my day off, so I'm going ahead and do that. I like to melt the butter. Some people like to use their non-stick spray like pan, whatever. I figure as much as you like to mix things around, and I don't know, I just always prefer using butter as a good replacement for something like that. I never let things sit for too long. Butter just adds a little bit of extra flavor anyways. So, there we go. There's that crackling right there. Sorry, I'm old school and I'm a pop socket on this phone. So I'm just going to prop it up like that. So there's that smaller pan. I'm going to turn it over here. Alright, let's see if we can position this a little bit better. So, that means it is time to get the steak going. One thing I love about these folks is we get the beef delivery about once a month. Freezer full of it. Help yourself. So, what better time than to try making an omelet? A steak omelet. Alright. Alright, you witnessed it. If I cut myself, it's your fault. Alright. So I'm gonna slice it and dice it. The cube steak would be a lot handier. I was hoping for skirt steaks too, but I didn't want to. Like I said, I didn't get things going a little too much, but we had some sirloin thawing that'll work just fine. So one thing, if you'll stick with me through the entirety of this video, hopefully it's not too long. It's pretty simple stuff. I don't edit. It's going to be just a long run, long one shot, and we're going to get this going. Just watch what I do, and I'll watch what I do. I'll try, because this is my first time. But it's a very simple thing. I've done scrambled eggs, I've made steak. I've never done an omelet. So, I might only cut up about half. I might use the other half of the sirloin later, maybe for a nice lunch or something like that. But right now my main focus is having some nice small pieces of meat for that omelet. Just cut it up, just dice it up. You want it obviously small enough to where you're not choking on it, eating your omelet. So, while I was doing my little Google search, I learned something new. There's two different types of omelets, or at least two that are actually talked about. There's the French version, and there's the American version. The French version, usually spelled with two T's. The American version, they decided to, shorten it up, cut out the T a little bit, make things a little bit more simple. I'm just going to try the American version. So, omelette, 1T, OMELETTE. So, both are very simple to make. I think I might even try the French version tomorrow for work or something if this goes well. It's not difficult. You just gotta make the time. That's the biggest thing. Cooking can be an absolute joy. It doesn't have to be hard work. It can be fun. You turn on some music. You get you get everything going. I think one thing people shy away from is the cleaning. After you're done, you're left with a big pile of dishes. Then what do you do? my advice, clean as you go. Even though I'm just sharing this place with people, I like to have a clean household, especially a clean kitchen. A kitchen can be a breeding ground. So you go through, last night especially, I did a little bit of spring cleaning. I don't see hardly a speck of dust up in here. And, not to see my own horn, but that's most of me. If, however, you get to that point, don't let it. It's my advice. Clean as you go. Do dishes as you go. If you have to hand wash a few things, I prefer to hand wash. If you got a dishwasher perfectly functional, I love to hand wash. If you don't, if something doesn't get clean, the only thing you have to blame is yourself. Nothing is a better substitute than a little bit of elbow grease. Clean up this little bit of blood I got on the counter because I was a little bit sloppy on my steak cutting. Alright, so now that the steak's going, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the eggs going. Well, pardon before touch that fridge. Wash your hands. And, unfortunately, I've got all the dish rags in the laundry. So, use up a little bit of those paper towels. Not very environmentally friendly. I try, but I failed. Alright, now we'll get those eggs going. So, I'll scoot this over to the side, just on the other counter here. I'll wrap that steak back up just so I don't forget about it. And make sure I have some time. If it's done a little bit, another big thing about cooking is timing. But with none of these, it's not a huge deal. Just try to keep it as close as you can. Neither takes all that long as you watch it. I don't want my eggs burnt. That's the big thing with the omelet, is I gotta know when exactly things are pretty close to being able to fill and fold. Oh, that's already smelling good. That steak is cooking. Alright. So, you know what? Never mind. My stomach was already getting ahead of me there. You know what? Sounds like I should have 4 eggs. 3 eggs should be fine if it's just you. I can handle a 4-egg omelet, believe me. Alright. So, one thing I've been trying recently with my eggs, typically I like to make them scrambled, but I'm going to stick with this even though I'm doing an omelet. If you used milk before, nothing wrong with that. That's how I've always done it up until recently. So my late great-grandfather, he had always made these wonderful eggs. They always turned out nice and fluffy. Couldn't figure out what was going on until I asked my mother, who found his recipe, and instead of milk, he used sour cream. So, I put about a total of a big tablespoon in there. A regular kitchen spoon will work. Just a heap of sour cream. Mix it in there good. And where's that whisk at? Well, looks like I gotta do the job myself with a fork. And, well, the steak's already cooking. I don't want that to get overdone, so I gotta keep an eye on that. Do not want things to get too crazy on the steak, because I don't know about you. You know, do what you want. I'll try not to judge too hard, but I like my steak about rare to medium rare. As long as it's safe to eat, I don't care. I used to joke that I like my steak still moving when it's on the plate. You know, that always doesn't always match current health code standards, but it's already cooking pretty quick. I'll put it on there for a little bit longer to make sure you keep an eye on while I'm mixing those eggs. Now I'll get get out another fork, because even though it's all going in the same place, I'll use another fork to mix up those eggs pretty well. The whisk is unfortunately in the dishwasher, and I was not prepared. But, like I said, there's no substitute for a little bit of elbow grease. If you just work it in that wrist. Eat those eggs and sour cream. Until everything just seems to be one perfect liquid. The eggs, the sour cream, and you'll see here I'm just going to add a little bit of salt and pepper. And I can already tell I'm a little off on my timing. I know it's first try, but since my steak is pretty much cooked and I haven't got the eggs in, that'll be just fine. I'll probably take the steak off right about now. So, there is the steak. Pretty well cooked already. I kind of underestimated that. That's alright. We're just going to try and compensate.